everyone at St James Primary School. I hope that you are enjoying being back at school. My name is Alice and I'm on staff at St James Church. And I'm in the kitchen right now and I'm trying to work out what to make for dinner. Should I make pesto pasta? Should I make spaghetti bolognese? What should I make? Actually, maybe tonight I'll go get takeaway. That way I don't have to cook. I think I might go and get Greek food. What would you have if you were to have takeaway tonight? Would you have Thai food or Indian food or Chinese food? There are so many different types of foods. Well, today we're looking at Luke chapter 24, 13 to 35 in the Bible. And in this passage, we're going to see that Jesus is going to have a takeaway with two of his followers. Okay, let's find out what happened. All right, so we're first going to focus on the first part of the passage, verses 13 to 24. I have a question. Have you ever had someone show up at your house unexpectedly? Maybe you are having dinner and suddenly someone shows up. Well, two of Jesus' followers were walking on their way to Emmaeus when suddenly someone joined them, and that was Jesus, but they didn't recognize him. And Jesus asked them, "What are you talking about?" And Jesus' followers explained that 3 days before Jesus had died on a cross, but now today some woman had gone to Jesus' tomb and he wasn't there. And let's see what it says in the Bible. It says in verse 23, "But they did not find his body there. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels. The angels said that Jesus was alive." Wow. I wonder how you would feel if you knew of someone that died but then came back to life. I'm sure you would be quite amazed. Well, how do you think that Jesus' followers felt? Here are some emojis. Which one of these do you think represents how Jesus' followers would have felt? Yeah, I think that they would have felt shocked and amazed that Jesus had died, but 3 days later had risen again. That truly is amazing. All right, well, we're now going to look at the next part of the chapter, verses 25 to 35. Have you ever dressed up in a costume? Maybe you dressed up as Spider-Man or Cinderella. Well, maybe someone didn't recognize who you were because you were in a costume. They thought, "Who is this?" Or, "Who is this?" Well, in this passage, we know that Jesus' followers did not recognize that they were with Jesus. They thought, "Who is this that's with us?" Well, let's see if we find out later on if they do work out who it is. But first, Jesus tells Jesus' followers that in the Old Testament, it said that Jesus would come to this world. It was the plan at the very beginning of the Bible that Jesus would come and he would die on a cross, he would suffer, and then 3 days later he would rise again. You see, it wasn't just Jesus' plan to come 2 months before in January, or a month before in February, or a day before. It was always Jesus' plan, all along, to come in order to save us. Well, I wonder what the takeaway was, because we talked about a takeaway at the beginning. What takeaway did Jesus and his followers have? And did they recognize who he was? Well, let's see what it says in the Bible. It says in verse 30, Jesus sat down with them and took some bread. He gave thanks for the food and divided it. Then he gave it to them. What? So their takeaway was bread? That doesn't sound like much of a takeaway. I wouldn't want that as a takeaway. But what happens next is amazing. Jesus' disciples realize that they're with Jesus. They realize their eyes are opened. They realize that this isn't just anyone. This is the Jesus who died on the cross and rose again. And he was with them. And he had come to save them from sin. All right, so what does this all mean for us? I mean, does it mean that we should get some bread as a takeaway? Probably not. I mean, you might have some bread with your dinner this evening, but that's not what it means. But this passage shows us that Jesus, from the beginning of the Bible, it said that Jesus would come and he would die on the cross and rise again to save us from sin. It was always a part of his plan. And he opened the eyes of his followers to know this and understand that Jesus was with them and Jesus truly was alive. And so we can be thankful that Jesus really did come to save us from sin. So we can be thankful to him. So I'm going to pray right now to thank Jesus for coming to this earth for us because he loves us so much. Dear God, thank you so much for Jesus. Thank you that he didn't just stay in heaven and enjoy perfect time there, but he came and left his heavenly home to come to this earth in order to save us from sin and death. And I thank you that he loves us so, so much. And I pray that we'd be thankful because of this good news. In your name, amen. All right, well, it's been really good to see you, and I hope you have a good week. Bye.